As I said, I think last week, man, I like our group. Really, the things that you judge at this stage is to make sure that everybody's attitude is right and that they're giving great effort, and we're certainly doing that. And we've been together long enough now that we're starting to establish an identity as a team. As I said earlier, I think we're athletic, I think we're versatile. I think we've got a number of interactive pieces, and now it's just a matter of continuing to figure out the best way for us to be successful.
You talked about this some, I think last week, but how efficient can this offense be?
You know what, I think we have more ball handlers. Last year, our biggest issue was turnovers. And it's been uncharacteristic for us because typically we've had a lead guard, whether it be Todd Abernathy when I first got here, or Chris Warren, or Jarvis Summers, or Stephon Moody. We've always had a guy that dominated the ball and for the most part protected it fairly well. And so for the most part, we've been pretty efficient as it relates to our turnover margin. Last year, we just did not have a lead guy that we felt comfortable with, that was going to do the things we needed game in and game out. Once Breein got healthier at the end of the season, I think some of those things took care of themselves. Now Bree's back healthy, he's in year 2. Terrence Davis, who obviously had a monster sophomore year, is much more comfortable in his role making decisions with the ball. DeAndre Burnett, after being in the program now over a year, as a 5th-year senior, is a guy that we trust with the ball. And then you bring in a guy like Mark Crawford, whose basketball IQ is off the charts, who can play a multitude of different positions and for the most part makes good decisions with the ball. So I think overall it gives us a lot of different playmakers on the perimeter, which leads to our versatility.
With the depth you have, do you see yourself at times putting like 4 guards in?
I think so. I think there are opportunities for Markel to kind of play a little bit of a face 4. He's 6'4", 210 pounds. He's strong. He understands how to guard. So there will be times, if we wanted to put a guard-oriented group, I could see Breein Tyree, DeAndre Burnett, TD, Kell all together, and then you still got Devontae Shuler, who could be in that mix as well as one of those 4 along with a big. We got to be able to rebound. We got to find a way to rebound. TD last year got around 5.5 a game as a wing. Markel got about 4.5 a game. I've challenged him if we can get 13 between the two. I think it'll give us a lot of versatility on the way we can play.
Last year you talked about the next step for TD being on the defensive end, and particularly with the foul trouble he got in. Where do you think he has come with that?
A long ways. He's just much more conscious of it. He's grown up a little bit. He's much more mature. We challenged him defensively, and I think Markel's presence has helped him because he sees how hard Markel plays defensively, and TD's probably playing better defensively than he ever has to this point. When you get to the games and those lights come on, and sometimes you have a tendency to overdo things. And I think that was really his problem last year, trying to do too much defensively, and it led to fouls, which unfortunately took him out of the game and took him out of rhythm.
In the SEC officiating and rules and emphasis on pace and play and all that, did that play into some of the problems he was having last year?
I think every year as you start the season, there's going to be a lot of stoppages of play. There's going to be different rule emphasis. Whether it be hands or physical contact in the post or play at the basket. There's a lot of different things they talk about, and they hammer it into these officials all off season. So it just stands to reason that when you get into those November and early December games, there's going to be a very, very tight whistle. As the officials get more comfortable with the new rules, as the players get more comfortable with the new rules, I think you see better flow towards the end of December. And most definitely when you get into conference play, it's going to be physical as always.
Coach, how excited are you about this team this season, just from the years past? What have you seen from the team off season and the way workouts have been?
I like this group. I like what I've seen to this point. I think we've got a good mix of old with new. As I've said earlier, I think we're athletic. I think we've got some size. We've got a legitimate 7-footer. We've got 2 guys in our program, and Dominic Olanichuk and Carlos Shillings. And Dom's about 7 feet, around 250, and Carlos is about 6'11 and a half, about 255. So 2 big bodies at the basket that we haven't had. And Dom gives us something from a shot blocking standpoint. I don't think he's going to do what Reginald Buckner did. I think Reggie's still in the top 5 in the history of the SEC as far as shot blocks, but he does give us a real presence because of his length and athleticism, which allows us to do more things aggressively on the perimeter defensively.
Expectations are high this year. How do you feel like the team will handle those?
Are they high? know, I would assume we would, you know, all the preseason mags, I haven't seen you guys as the publisher of any of them, but I haven't seen us any higher than 9th or 10th, which is typically the case, you know. When you, and I don't blame anybody, I don't even really get upset about it, it's just part of the course. You know, when the season rolls around, okay, Kentucky's gonna be 1, 2, or 3, you say, well, who's on their team? Well, I don't know who's on their team, but Kentucky's gonna be 1, 2, or 3. And you say, okay, Ole Miss is gonna be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, well, who's on their team? Well, I don't know who's on their team, but they're gonna be 8, 9, 10, 11, or 12, so it's just part of it. I had an idea, what do you guys think? You know, we've always, college basketball struggles with an identity in November for obvious reasons. You tip off, and you're tipping off right in the heart of football season, most especially in the South. So I had an idea that we should do away with preseason polls. And the first poll should be, I think you should do that in all sports, by the way, but I think the first poll should be maybe in early December, where teams would play 5, 6, 7 games, and then kind of unveil the initial top 20 based on merit other than, you know, someone's subjection of who they happen to like. What do you think?
You're talking with Tommy Tuckable?
Was that his idea?
That was an idea.
Well, I hate to bring that up. I think around there, there's still some people that